Hello everyone and welcome back again. My name is Tom Nelson and this is part 5 of the 5-part series on resolving cholesterol issues naturally. In the previous lessons, you learned why your body needs cholesterol. You learned how it's used to manufacture not only vitamin D, but testosterone and estrogen. You also learned that it's needed to repair damage to the membranes of every cell, every one of the 37 trillion separate cells in your body. And you also learned that it's used to repair damage to your blood vessels. You also learned that elevated cholesterol for the overwhelming majority of adults is due to poor dietary choices, eating too many carbohydrates, eating too much food, eating too much fruit, drinking alcohol, and especially too little fiber. So too many people do not get enough fiber in their diet each and every single day, which results in their body recycling the LDL and other junk that should have been removed back into the bloodstream. That overwhelms the body's attempts to manage cholesterol. You also learned that HDL and LDL lipoproteins are the primary transporters of cholesterol in your body. And you also learned that there are millions of people that are on cholesterol medications. The overwhelming majority of them actually don't even need it. So here's a few simple rules to follow to lower your cholesterol. It's possible to significantly increase the HDL1 and the LDL type A cholesterol and lower triglycerides and lower your blood pressure. It's very important that you lose the excess belly fat. Start exercising, eat right, eat smaller portions, eat more often if you need to, but very small amounts of food, all low glycemic index. Hydrate well, restore your vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Always use an organic-based multivitamin, which means that the vitamins and minerals are extracted from organic sources, not synthetic like all of the multivitamins sold in the pharmacies, grocery stores, and other stores like it. You can get them on the internet if you Google them, or you can go to health food stores, although their prices are going to be higher. Go easy on fructose. Don't eat too much fruit. Don't eat corn syrup of any kind, of any type, and you have to be very careful. There's a lot of foods that contain it that just list it as a natural flavoring. And of course, do not use agave nectar. Stop cooking saturated animal fats at high temperatures, above 300 degrees. That's when all of the damaged fat is going to be produced, more like in the trillions of the type B small particles, which will enter your bloodstream directly, and they will move directly to your arteries, where they will accumulate. They will also be oxidized. That's inflammation, which makes them more sticky, and so consequently they are going to very readily accumulate, and they will also quickly add to what's already accumulated as plaque in your arteries. Trim the fat off of the meat before cooking it, so bake it. Baking is dry heat, which is less desirable, but it's better than grilling, broiling, or frying. Pressure cook it. Pressure cookers are excellent. Use a crock pot or steam it. Steaming is very excellent. All of those will warm the food adequately without overcooking it. Significantly reduce the number of carbohydrates that you eat. Cut your intake of carbohydrates every single day to 40 or 50 grams each and every day. Fresh, organic, non-GMO vegetables. Stop eating fast foods, processed foods, and cut out all sugar from your diet, from any source. Make certain that you consume enough fiber every day. 40 to 50 grams should be your target, totally. Dairy. Anything that's homogenized in dairy is going to be loaded with type B LDL cholesterol. When they homogenize the dairy, it breaks all of the fat, every last molecule, down into type B LDL cholesterol particles. Don't eat too many animal fats, and too many carbs in your diet are going to produce, again, larger amounts of triglycerides. Alcohol stimulates your liver to produce more type B LDL cholesterol. Stop eating all deep-fried foods. Those vegetable oils are extremely high pro-inflammatory. Eliminate all trans fats. They increase the production of LDL cholesterol, and they promote inflammation. Again, if you eat fatty meats, too much food, and or too many carbohydrates, your body will convert the fat and the excess glucose from the carbs into triglycerides, and it will put them into your bloodstream. When your triglycerides exceed 133, those small LDL type B cholesterol particles are going to begin to form. Elevated blood sugar glycates, it bonds to those small LDL type B cholesterol particles. That makes them significantly more likely to be oxidized, to be a part of inflammation, and to accumulate. So overcooked food, processed foods cause systemic inflammation. Your immune system becomes bombarded with incompatible substances, and it's going to be stuck in a state of war. Once oxidized, those LDL particles are going to accumulate in your arteries. Inflammation causes, again, remember, rapid weight gain, central fat accumulation that causes fatty liver, which contributes to and causes insulin resistance, which is going to raise your blood sugar levels and cause, again, production of those triglycerides. However, it is also going to increase the production of the HDL2, which remember is the unfavorable form of HDL, and LDL type B cholesterol. Both of those are bad forms of cholesterol. So insulin resistance is going to cause that to increase. So do all you can to reduce it. Minimize the amount of insulin in your blood at any time, and minimize the amount of glucose in your blood. Spread it out over the day in very small portions. So when your blood sugar is elevated, that glucose again is going to bond to those type B particles, and they're going to stay in the bloodstream for a much longer period of time, and they're going to significantly increase the risk of building up in the form of plaque. So in response to this buildup, the cells in your arteries are going to multiply, and they're going to secrete other substances that are going to make this situation significantly worse. They're going to form a lump of what's called gruel. It's made up of soft, flaky yellow material, and that is going to be followed by layers of cholesterol crystals and a calcified outer layer, and more lesions are going to form. Plaque is made up of a variety of substances: calcium, fat, oxidized LDL type B particles, cellular waste, and fibrin. Fibrin, if you're not sure what that is, it's a small fiber. It's kind of like a small strand of cotton thread. And those float around in your bloodstream, and they form a mesh whenever you're injured and collect all of the other things that cause the clot to form. And so fibrin is something that you want to maintain at a relatively low level as well. So it's a good part, it's an important part of plaque. So your arteries are going to harden as a result of all of this, and they're going to narrow as this buildup occurs, and that's going to raise your blood pressure. Arteriosclerosis displays no symptoms. The only thing that you will notice is over time, slowly and gradually, your systolic blood pressure number is going to rise. That's the upper number of your blood pressure reading, and that's caused by increased pressure in the blood vessels due to the restriction to the flow because of that plaque buildup. So that's going to keep happening until a major event occurs, unless you do something about it. And there is something you can do about it. There's a enzyme on the market called Serra Peptides, and it comes in a tablet form. You should buy it in 120,000 units and take it up to 3 times a day. It's what it's going to do. It's going to enter your bloodstream. It's enzymes that come from the silkworm. Some German doctors discovered it and found that it actually breaks down the cocoon of the silkworm and dissolves it. And so they've built this up into a very big business in Europe and other parts of the world. And when you take it, it's going to enter your bloodstream, and those enzymes are going to little by little, very slowly, digest all of the plaque that you have accumulated in your arteries. So take it very late at night, just before you go to bed if you can, or very early in the morning, or both, and during the day if you like, but you have to make certain that there's at least a 2-hour period before or after you take that enzyme. Because if you don't, that you eat anything, if you eat anything within 2 hours of before or after, it's going to convert that into a digestive enzyme, and it will not do you any good. So it's an enzyme, and it will remove the plaque from your arteries. It will take, depending on how much plaque you have accumulated, For myself, I went from 80% constriction down to less than 10% in about 8 months. If you have less plaque, you can do it in as little as 3 months. If you have a lot of plaque, it could take up to 18 months. But don't quit. Keep it up every single day, and be sure that you don't forget to take it and follow those simple rules. So you're also going to be doing everything that you can to eliminate inflammation. You should stop eating processed foods. Take omega-3 fish oil. You're going to need EPA and DHA every day. Those are the two primary forms of omega-3s. So look for a product called Ultra Omega-3. It usually has about 500 milligrams of EPA and 250 milligrams of DHA. So you take 2 a day. You take 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And that means that you're going to seek to get 1,000 milligrams of EPA and 500 milligrams of DHA every single day. But be very careful when you buy it. Read the label. If it says it's fish oil and it's sold in international units instead of EPA and DHA, then do not buy it. It's not going to contain very much EPA or DHA. So again, read the label, know what you're buying. Take antioxidant supplements. They're available as supplements. They're not expensive, and they're very effective. Consider taking niacin. 1,500 milligrams a day is very beneficial. It's been known to reduce LDL cholesterol by as much as 25%. But of course, some people will get a flushing when they take niacin. So there is a time release variety of it that you can buy, and that will usually eliminate that issue. Red yeast rice, 1,200 milligrams twice daily, has shown to reduce cholesterol by over 30%. So eat lots of onions and garlic daily. Vigorous exercises raises the HDL and it lowers the LDL cholesterol. Ashwagandha, that's a herb from India. It will significantly reduce the stress in your life, which contributes to weight gain and insulin resistance. And if you take it with lavender essential oil, it'll even be better, stronger. There's another one called rhodiola. Cypress oil lowers cholesterol and improves circulation. Alpha lipoic acid is probably one of the kings of the antioxidants. Diabetics are very familiar with it. They use it for stopping the neuropathy. It causes the sharp pains, burning, and itching in their extremities, and the loss of feeling and function. Alpha lipoic acid will stop neuropathy and prevent it from progressing any further. But it's also extremely good for treating inflammation. Rosemary oil is a powerful antioxidant. Then it lowers your cholesterol levels as well. So you can bring your cholesterol levels back into a normal range permanently. If you're one of the small percentage of people that has to take cholesterol medications because of a genetic propensity for their livers to overproduce cholesterol, all of this is going to help you as well. It may not get you off of your medications, but it can significantly help you in your battle against it. So most people, over 90%, can get off of cholesterol medications permanently. So I hope this video lesson has been helpful. Thanks for watching, and you can watch it again if you need, as many times as you need, but share what you learn with others, and please apply what you learn. Thank you.